You know, the thing about complaints or bug reports is that they're really important inputs. They're data points. But some people might also see them as noise. So here's how you can turn those complaints into action items. You know, complaints are actually really important data points. They're inputs for where we can improve friction or reduce friction. But a lot of teams and people often see them as noise. So here are a few things that you can consider trying in your organization to turn complaints into action items. Number one, you want to separate the emotion from the action. And here's an example. Instead of saying, oh, product marketing is upset because engineers released a feature without notifying them. Well, instead, consider saying a product feature was released and product marketing was not notified, but we need to make sure that that loop gets closed. And so we're no longer talking about who's bad, who's frustrated, who's making the complaint. We're identifying an issue that needs to be fixed. The next step to that, once you get a complaint, is to ask the question, what is the ideal state? Well, what is the process that you want to see happen? And when you put people in that position, when they're lodging a complaint, you're now asking them to put some thought into what the solution is. And this is a key shift for leaders moving from operational day-to-day management to strategic leadership. And that is, instead of coming with problems, you're coming with solutions. The next step to that is identifying the smallest testable improvement that you can make. So when someone comes, especially with internal processes, it's really easy to do this. With product and customer facing things, a little harder. But on the internal side, you're really thinking about reducing friction and increasing trust, right, amongst teams, as so much is really cross-functional these days. So really, it's about, what is the smallest testable thing that can be implemented quickly so people can see results fast. And finally, the last thing, which is so important, is make the person or the team that is lodging the complaint a part of the solution. So if product marketing is saying that, they want to be a part of the engineering release process, maybe product marketing can draft the communications timeline that they're proposing all of the parties involved in launching product features participate in, and then that can be, a part of the discussion, and that can be rolled out potentially, and everybody who is impacted by the product release cycle can then participate in that timeline. And the reality is that every complaint is really a feature request, right? It's identifying a point of friction that you have the opportunity to assess whether or not it's important enough to solve systemically. Maybe it's interpersonal, maybe it's an easy operational fix, but you have the opportunity to be a part of the solution and to bring those people into the solution as well as collaborators. So what challenges are you working on solving today that you can share with the community? I'm Annie Tsai. Follow for more tips on how we are building the future at work.